we wouldn't be where we are today if we hadn't said to ourselves, just go, 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 go for it.
Final score for this film, we're going to give it 3 paws out of 4.
La Señora de la Santa Muerte, Spanish for Our Lady of the Holy Death. Out now!
Oh, sex and violence!
Hi everybody, I'm Akaw.
And I'm Pre-Sexist Diamond.
And we are Roots Bleed Red on Psycho Bunny Death Cult.
Aha!
In fact, humans have a very long history of eating each other.
So lock your doors, turn out your lights, and join us for Ghoul Radio.
Hello, everybody. Mikey couldn't come in right now, so he bought me lavender. So anyways, this psycho something, whatever, they're having some kind of contest. Ugh. Do I really have to announce this? Seriously? Everybody knows I'm going to be the winner, so yeah, that's that. And, okay. So like, hi, Mr. Cat. Hello, Christopher. Hello, Calvin. Anyhow, so just so we can get this going already, I'm going to be talking about that Zodiac Killer. So yeah, let's get into it. Has the Zodiac Killer mystery been solved again? So basically, they're saying that they might have found the Zodiac Killer again. And please let's show what they think he looks like. It's a little rough sketch of who the Zodiac Killer is. That's him right there, supposedly. So this is taken from Unsolved Mysteries LA Mag, and it's by the creator. Let me see. Dang, Robert Cater. So it says, has the Zodiac Killer mystery been solved again? For more than 50 years, his identity has remained a maddening riddle, but now an LA novelist turned amateur sleuth may have finally cracked the case, revealing who was behind some of the most notorious serial slayings in California history. The Hawaiian rainforest where Gloria Dewar has lived since 2017 is a sort of a magnet, she says, for people who are running away from something, but even there, in the shadows of an active volcano, sometimes things catch up with you. For Dewar, age 70, it happened this past April. She was spending a tranquil afternoon at home when she learned that her late father, Paul Alfred Dewar, had been linked to one of the most notorious murder sprees of the 20th century. Her son stumbled on a podcast interview with Paul's accuser, Jared Kobik, an internationally best-selling novelist based in Los Angeles. Kobik had written the whole book, How to Find Zodiac, about how her dad might have just been the maniac who more than 50 years earlier had terrorized the Bay Area with a string of cold-blooded and seemingly random killings. By the time she'd finished listening to the podcast, Dewar, a retired real estate agent, was in shock. If this writer had only bothered to pick up the phone and call her before lodging his accusation, she would have happily told him that her father, who died of a heart attack in 2007, while far from perfect, but put it mildly, could be charming, quirky, and voraciously curious man, a member of the MENSA, and the early proponent, oh my God, of organic foods. So we have Hex's Diamond in here. I swear to Satan, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. You're going to end up making me have an existential crisis. Okay? Leave me alone. Anyways, back to the story now. After I was rudely interrupted. Anyways, Paul Dewar is hardly the only suspect in the case, far from it. Among the rogues gallery of other presumptive Zodiacs are a house painter, a former school teacher, a sports car dealer, and a theater operator, and Unabomber Ted Kaczynski. Oh my God, really? Swear to Hollywood Satan. Okay, you need to stop that now. Satan does not work in Hollywood. No. Your comments are not valid. No. You're gonna make me pull my hair out. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. They thought it was Ted Kaczynski. There are probably 50 or 100 suspects named every year, size Richard Grinnell, the former postman who runs the website Zodiac Ciphers and has been following the case for a decade. In October, a self-described national task force of seasoned investigators called the Case Breakers pointed to a brand new Zodiac suspect. Their theory was quickly debunked, but not before Fox News picked up on the story, leading the hundreds of critical media reports. He was when he was a part of the NWO, and he gave the WWE. Stop it. By the way, where is the Razman? Razman. Anyhow, the killer, who was linked to the series of late 1960 attacks in the Bay Area, employed a shifting MO. Often he shot his victims, but on one especially macabre occasion, clad in an executioner's hood, he tied them up, used the knife, though he mostly attacked young couples around the Vallejo. He also murdered a cab driver in San Francisco. Officially, he's believed to have killed just 5 and severely injured 2. But in his modest body count, he had been far outstripped by his well-tended mystique, bolstered in a sinister handle and a practice of firing off letters to the media and other authorities, often including mysterious ciphers and signed with the crosshair logo. It wasn't Kool-Aid. It was Flavor-Aid. God. I swear. Perhaps his greatest cultural contribution is one that one can call it that is having popularized a tone of smug superiority that attention-hungry outcasts, both fictional and real, from Hannibal Lecter to the Riddler to the aforenamed Ted Kaczynski, and the substantial subist of 4chan dwellers have sought to emulate ever since. Meanwhile, his cryptic puzzles brought a seductive element of interactivity to crime solving. A married couple decoded the first cipher over breakfast in 1969 and prefigured the citizen sleuth movement along with the Twisted Porgy, 9/11 Truthism, and QAnon. That might explain why his modest murder spree managed to inspire so much media coverage, including documentaries, a David Fincher film, a bottomless podcast playlist, and an array of websites and forums, and enough paperbacks to stock a small, very grisly library. So let's go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Captain, you are found guilty of witchcraft. You are found guilty. You are found guilty. Witchcraft. You are found guilty.
Hello, all you beautiful people out there. It's your boy Sloopy. And when I'm not guzzling down gallons and gallons of amazing ice cream, yes, oh, I love ice cream. Oh, hang on. I'm watching PBDC TV. Now, back to the show, all you beautiful people. And remember, stay nasty.
This is Professor Edgar Fluffosaurus from Spooky Tales with Steve the Cat, and when I'm not hosting Monster Chat or knocking down small Japanese cities, I'm watching PBDC TV. Now back to the show.
Hey everybody. Why? Hexes, why? Why? You don't even know how to spell Kool-Aid. See? You spell it Coolade. You don't even know how to spell Kool-Aid. Your comments are not valid. Bye. Anyhow, back to the story. Bald-headed with a sprinkling of gray facial hair, Jarrett Kobek, 43, is best known for his acerbic 2016 novel, I Hate the Internet. You're really pushing it now. See, now you even made me lose my place. Way to go. Anyhow, his 2016 novel, I Hate the Internet, but he has dabbled in research-heavy crime stories. Subjects of his dozen books include 9/11, hijacker Mohammed Atta. Well, at least this guy actually, he did write a dozen books. Unlike some people with their 2 books. Kiss my ass. Anyhow, Muhammad Atta murdered Florida rapper XXXTentacion. I don't know why they put those names, XXXTentacion. What the fuck? I'll happen to tell you my Winnebago is the best. So don't start. Anyhow, he co-founded his publishing company, We Hear You Like Books in 2015 after I Hate the Internet failed to land a deal. The book went on to earn a rave in the New York Times, sell more than 100,000 copies, and spawn dozens of translations. I have seized the means of production, Kobik says now. I can just fucking do anything I want. That's what he said. I can just fucking do anything I want. Like you want to publish a... Oh, God, no. I'm not going to say this. You can publish adult movies or adult novels with a giant golden rod on the cover of on the cover, a reference to William E. Jones. I'm open to anything. Who's going to stop you now? Yes, hexes. Yes. Did I say rave? No, I did not say rave. Kobik stumbled on Gloria's father by accident. Initially, his goal was to write about misinformation and conspiracy theories about how speculations clots into history. But he didn't want to write about the plandemic of crisis actors, or least of all, I'm not going to mention his name either. I don't want to catch a ban. But we all know him. He was the president. Still is for me. Oops. Not supposed to say that. Anyhow, instead, he imagined that with 50 years of his hindsight, a look in the misbegotten hunt for the Zodiac, how professional detectives... Hi, Nadine. Thank you, Tyler. At least somebody likes me. Somebody says I rule. Anyhow, professional detectives and armchair sleuths alike had fallen victim time and time again to a kind of mass delusion, settling on one suspect after another based on often threadbare coincidences, who would help explain just how we got here. He began by studying the turbulent period of the Golden State history during which Zodiac operated, an era which seemingly random, inexplicable killings were becoming terrifying commonplaces, stoking the darkest fears of an anxious populace already reeling from the alarming deterioration of the social fabric. You need to stop. You need to stop. Damn. Stop it. Anyhow. Where did I leave off? Uh-oh. You see? Again, you disrupted me. Okay, so Kobik could relate in the spring of 2021 outside of the Los Feliz one-bedroom he shared with his cat, Ulysses. Infection hung in the air like smog. A trip to the grocery store felt like a baptism in a viral plunge pool. As he strolled along Hollywood Boulevard, past Bernardo Park, Jumbo's Clown Room, thinking through the makings of his book, Kobik kept his own running tally of bodies. COVID victims being wheeled out of the gurneys, as well as unhoused people left to die in the... What does this have to do with the Zodiac? I swear to Satan. I swear to Satan. As he studied Zodiac's cryptic letters, Kobik brought a writerly attention to bear. He zeroed in on the killer's habits, quoting forgotten bits of cultural ephemera. Oh, Nadine, I'm guessing you're probably on Psycho Bunny DC. You might want to go to Psychomantium 13. Then Hexa says, wait, did the Zodiac use COVID on his... Oh my God, that kind of cracks me up right there. You got a point there. I still hate you. So anyways, the most hold on, where did I leave off of? Okay. The Mikado and the 1924 short story The Most Dangerous Game, as well as telling reference to an obscure 1950s comic book identified by an anonymous online researcher, Tahoe27, several years back, running others' apparent quotations through Google Books and Internet Archive. Kobik formed a picture of the killer as a fan of pulp novels, comics, and other nerdy touchstones. So, the Zodiac was a nerd? Kobik knew a bit about the early years of the sci-fi fantasy fandoms, how the nascent communities had begun taking shape around the array of obscure self-published zines on a hunch. He did a quick web research of fanzines and Vallejo. That's how he stumbled on the suspect of his own, one who had somehow escaped attention for 5 decades. The second hit for Kobik's search was a sci-fi zine called The Tight Beam. In it, he noticed the letter to the editor by a man named Paul Dewar, who criticized the Postal Service and struggled excuse me, and suggested citizens fight back by addressing the letters with 1-cent stamps. Kobik immediately thought of another piece of correspondence mailed by the Zodiac attorney Melvin Belly and postmarked around the same time. A letter sent with six 1-cent stamps. Just a coincidence, nothing to get excited about, he thought. It was precisely the species of a random fluke and got Zodiac researchers into trouble. But the letter bore a return address, a Vallejo P.O. box. Although Kobik might indeed hate the internet, he highly attuned to its utility. He searched Paul Dewar and he searched the address. Dewar immediately became apparent had left behind an abundant paper trail. Copious letters to the editor, a slew of classified ads, and articles of his own, Kobik spent the next dozen hours glued to his couch, reading Dewar's Oivir. God, they have so many stuff here that I can't even say. Can't pronounce it. Some of the writing had oddly familiar ring, but Kobik remained skeptical. I'm like, it's too crazy, he says. I don't want to do this. He's not the Zodiac. When he discovered Dewar's published zines of his own, some of which he held by various libraries, he resolved to track them down. The first one came across Habitalia, Volume 1, included a detailed discussion of Tolkien's fandom's use of the author's fictional runic language, Krith, for creating codes and ciphers. Published in April 1970, just what the killer was posting letters with ciphers of his own. It included examples of bearing some resemblance to the Zodiac's handiwork. And like Zodiac, Dewar had used an accurate spelling of cipher. Okay, who put that? Who put the eggplants? So, it's still hanging. Aye. So anyways, another Dewar Zines pioneer focused on survivalism. One issue contained instructions for making bombs with ammonium nitrate and fertilizer, known as the ANFO formula. The same formula Kobik noted that Zodiac had outlined in one letter. And perhaps tellingly, both Dewar's and Zodiac's instructions contained the same error. This is where Kobik's approach to the Zodiac's mystery differs from what's found on most of the fan forums. He knew rather than simply looking at the suspect, he needed to grasp the historical moment. Today, a sort of arcana contained in Zodiac's communications is mere web search away. Oh my God. But in the late 60s, this was specialized knowledge when information was not easily available. He explains in How to Find Zodiac, every reference resonates with meaning. The words echo in the lifetime of reading and memory. In other words, Kobik saw Zodiac's particular obsession and areas of expertise, sort of mental fingerprint that might help the identity of him. So that's my show for today. I hope you liked it. And this is Lavender saying bye. Ugh.
Frankly speaking, there is nothing wrong with your device. Join me here on Psycho Bunny DC. A delightfully dreadful consternation of horror content. Use your head and free your mind.